there we go. Look at that handsome man. That's Frank Caliendo. Frank, give me a little bit of a sound there.
You don't have me?
Oh, there we are. There we are.
Yeah. I was just trying to use my. I can't think of the word. I was going to say telekinesis. Is that it? Telekinesis, teleportation, one of those.
Yeah.
I do.
Now, telepathic?
Is that a Washington Redskins, or excuse me, Commanders?
It looks the same color.
No, it's Arizona State. Is what that is. Yeah.
They're pretty good now. My kids go to ASU, so I'm supporting my kids.
Yep.
I see.
In more ways than one.
All right.
Well, no. What's the latest? Do you watch a lot of sports these days?
Yeah. Well, I missed a lot of Sunday because I got, this sounds kind of awkward, I got stuck in Hawaii. I was doing a corporate event in Hawaii, and everybody got on the plane. It was a 10:50 p.m. red-eye home to Phoenix direct, and they got on the announcement came on by the pilot, and he said, "We got some really bad news. One of the flight attendants is sick, and there isn't another flight attendant on the entire island, and you're going to have to. We're not leaving tonight." So,
whoa.
Yeah, it was pretty devastating. And on cue, the lady next to me was, "Oh my God." And then a kid started crying behind me. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I just laughed. I was just kind of like, of course. So I ended up, I'd never done this before, but I slept. I'd actually backed up. I bought a backup flight just in case that were to happen. And I got on a Southwest direct flight the next morning, and I slept at the airport. I'd never done that before. They do a sweep of the entire upper terminal at this Maui airport, and they kind of kick you out. So I was sleeping on a concrete slab outside.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was kind of like Tom Hanks in that movie. The terminal.
Where he's stuck at the airport.
Yeah, except for I had my citizenship, so I was all right.
Yeah, that's good. So if a cop came and kicked your foot to wake you up, would you answer in one of your voices?
And that's when this cop realized this was no ordinary passenger who didn't have a place to stay. Yeah, it was I was kind of at a loss. So then I get on the flight the next day, and I get on the Southwest, which is general boarding. It's no assigned seats. I'm in the B group because I didn't sign in quickly enough for some reason, but I'm on the aisle, and then I don't know, a couple comes and they're like, anybody sitting there? I'm like, no, because the plane's full. A little lady and a guy bigger than me. So how do you think they sat down?
Yeah. The big guy got the middle seat.
The big guy sat in the middle.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you've got the perfect, if we're playing Tetris, you know which way to rotate this, right? And what do they do? She gets in, and I'm like, no, and I wanted to say something. I'm like, hey, Chunky, how about her in the middle? I get it, but you don't want the girl to sit next to the potential weirdo. But so he gets in, and then he utilizes not just one. Like if I got on with my wife, I would lean to her, right?
Yeah.
No, he took up the entire middle plus my seat, and I'm like, what do you? And then what do I say? I don't say anything because I'm way too nice of a human being. But it was just a frustrating situation. But I got home, and everything is really great.
Frank Caliendo was our guest. Frank, I know that December 6th and 7th, you're going to be in Harris, Michigan at the casino with Willie G.
Yeah. I'm going to be. He's letting me close for him again. It's pretty big.
In the Upper Peninsula, the Upers get to enjoy some great comedy.
Yeah. Well, Thursday night is the Lions versus the Packers in Detroit, and then Friday and Saturday is me and Willie G up there in the UP. So,
yeah. Are you flying up there or driving?
I will probably fly to a certain point and then have Willie drive me the rest of the way. That's the way. And Willie's so nice. He's not like you at all. He's like, what do you need? What do you need? I'm actually going to come visit you guys before I do that show. So he's like, what do you need? I'll take anywhere. And last time I told you about how he helped me get to the bathroom. I had a moment where I'm like, we got to get there, Willie. And he's like, what do you need me to do? I'm like, go faster. So I'd probably meet him in Chicago or something like that, or Milwaukee, and we'll drive up. But it'll be he's been great, by the way. I mean, a lot of people would employ and have Willie open for him just because he's your son, Tom. No, he's actually quite good.
Well, good. He's a great kid. I just hoping he'd be driving you across the Mackinac Bridge.
Have you done that yet, Frank?
I don't think. What's that bridge?
It's the largest suspension bridge, I think, in the world. It's kind of like the Golden Gate, but scarier.
Does that go across Lake Michigan?
Goes across the Mackinac Straits.
Oh, Mackinac. Okay.
Where Lake Huron meets Lake Michigan.
Yeah, I only know. I was educated in the United States, so I only know Lake Michigan. I don't know the rest of the Great Lakes.
What was the movie Time?
Somewhere in Time.
Somewhere in Time was filmed on
Jane Seymour. Yep.
Mackinac Island.
Yep.
It's famous for its horses and no cars. Yeah, you should go there sometime.
A lot of horse dung up
Tom
there.
loves Michigan. Can you
That sounds great. That sounds really pleasant and smelling.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. Now, what's the latest in your life? What's going on other than the fact that you just got back from Hawaii?
I got home and it was all Christmas. I'll tell you that much.
Already?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It's have you ever seen the Snow Village that my wife?
I don't think so.
She's got. I wish I had a visual. I'll have to bring visuals for you next time. It takes up an entire room. She had a guy named Daniel who came in and fixed everything. Oh, this is a lovely little town here, and then we're gonna build a train. Like he was almost Jonathan Winters. Like this is an amazing little tiny little. Here we go. And he's just so I put little action figures in there, like Avengers are in her town, and she gets really mad. She goes, "What is that doing?" "Oh, I am Loki of Asgard, and a burdened with glorious purpose, and your Santa Claus is going down." So.
Love Loki.
It's a whole town. She's got a train that goes through it. The tree's been up. It's just I don't know. I wish I was still in Hawaii.
Now,
you know what? I wish I was still on that plane with the fat guy in the middle seat. Fat guy in the middle seat. Fat guy in the middle seat. Look at me working in voices for you, Tommy. Here we go.
While looking at your website, I noticed that you're looking very fit now. You're looking really good.
Yeah. What did you see on my website? Is it the right website, Tom?
Yeah.
No. There's some pictures of a somewhat heftier Frank. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was a lot fatter. I still can't get skinny, but I jog every day, and my legs only go so fast. Do you see the glasses I'm wearing? I can't even see anymore. I don't know what's going on. I'm 50, and it might as well be 98. I mean, it's just, it is just ridiculous.
Oh, the good news is it gets worse faster.
I was going to say. It's just starting.
Any new voices? Anything you've been working on to see if we can...
Yeah, I'm sure there's some, but I don't remember any of them. I do know this. Have you seen John Gruden doing cameos and stuff like that now? He's got a YouTube channel, and it's unbelievable. People know what Cameo is, right? That's a general the greetings from people. I saw him doing last time I saw you, I actually saw him, and I was at his Tampa, the FFCA, the Fire Football Coaches Association. So went there, and he's doing these cameos, and there's nothing funnier than he's watching like old footage of like Walter Payton and stuff like that, and he's got like, "So I hear it's your 50th birthday, man. That's pretty good. You're breaking through the number 50 like Walter Payton would break through the line back in the 80s, man. I'll tell you what, nobody's better than Walter Payton. Happy birthday, Ted, from your guys, Billy, Jim, and Tony."
Now, are you on Cameo?
No, I was going to do. He kept trying to get me to do. I kept trying to do, but people always want me to do, other people. They don't ever really want to talk to me. They're like, "Hey, can you give a happy birthday shout out from Morgan Freeman?"
Yeah, it's problematic.
Robert Downey Jr. and Seth Rogen, I guess. Happy birthday! Light up.
That's so perfect. That is great. Yeah, that would be kind of problematic, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it, but I just feel like if they wanted to talk to me, I feel like that would be a better thing. But it's more of like a performance kind of thing, which I don't know. It just feels I don't know. I'm just weirded out by it. But Gruden kept trying to sell. You got to do Cameo, man. You ever do Cameo? I woke up. I had 52. I had to do, man. It's a lot of cameos. Some good stuff right there, man. Now, why am I nodding to myself?
In Hawaii, are there any voices that are more favorites? Does it matter that you're not in the continental United States?
Well, I was doing for a group that was visiting there. So,
okay, so they're...
yeah, maybe The Rock. I don't know.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because The Rock's in the news today.
That's all I can do is The Rock right now. Aloha. That's all.
Yeah, the Rock is in the news for allegedly urinating in bottles on the sets of movies.
What?
Oh, yeah?
What?
Yeah,
Really?
There was some report. He goes, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I bottle it and sell it online.
He'd be busy filming and just...
Yeah.
I
autograph my pee.
Oh.
There are people who'd buy it.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this guy? There's a player on the. That's how I get the best promo, other than calling into you guys. There is a fella. I do a Letterman. There is a fella by the name of Mike Caliendo on the Chiefs.
Oh.
So every time he goes in, I get a mention when Mike Caliendo goes in to play. Have you seen that at all?
Yeah, I have heard it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. Romo and Nance even talked about me. I've got it on. It's on Instagram. It's one of the things on there. If you want to pull it up, But Mike Caliendo goes in, and Nance is like, Mike Caliendo, not to be confused with Frank Caliendo. And then they go into my bed. Oh, Jim. And it's funny because Tony Romo doesn't just talk like himself. He starts doing me doing him, which is like a car revving up. I think I told you about. Oh, Jim. Here we go, Jim. Tony.
I did hear them once reference you, and I think I almost did. I text you? I think I may have.
Oh yeah. I think you did. You were one of the people. I wish that after they did that, Mike Caliendo, not to be confused with Frank Caliendo. Oh, Jim, he's going to be at Island Casino December 6th and 7th up at the UP. Here we go, Jim. FrankOnStage.com for tickets.
Now, do you have anything else coming up in the near future? Or are you going to be resting with your wife, looking at her little Christmas thing?
There's nothing little about it. And you're just looking for more work for Willie? What are you doing?
No, I'm just curious. Does she take one of your ping pong tables over for her Christmas thing, or do you still have that in the garage?
Well, that's in the ping pong table's in the garage. I don't even get the house anymore, man. No, she doesn't take it. I used to leave the ping pong table up in the garage, but everybody would put all their stuff on it all the time, so I folded up. So that's not in there. And I actually put the cars in the garage now, too, which is another thing I got yelled at about. So I'm slowly getting squeezed out of my house, guys. Yeah. I'm going to live in Maui at the airport on a concrete bench. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, now, are you still playing ping pong on a regular basis?
Yes. Yeah. It's part of the fitness plan, Tom.
Is there a celebrity table tennis tournament?
Well, if there is, they wouldn't invite me because they know I'm going to take over.
Yeah.
Judah Freelander would be another great player. I think there's a lot of people that say they play, but then, you know who told me he's fantastic is Michael Bublé.
Really?
Yeah, he said he's really good. But I don't know because I haven't seen him actually play. But
invite him over to the house. He can serenade Christmas songs.
Oh,
He can
yeah.
play table
Yeah,
tennis.
he is Christmas.
You'd score some
he's got a
points with
great-
the little woman if you did that.
Have I ever told you that story? I met Michael Bublé texting or sending messages. I sent something on TikTok. I just made a comment, going to your show with my family or with my wife and daughter and mother-in-law on whatever date in Vegas, and he messaged me back and texted me, or messaged me back, and then we ended up texting. He's like, "Hey, you want to come up and do something?" And I was like, "Sure." So he goes into the audience during the show a bunch. He's an incredible entertainer, and he's like, he starts doing an Elvis impression. He goes, "Hey, I'm pretty good at Elvis, but I'm no Frank Caliendo." And my wife looks at me and goes, do you think he does that every show? I'm like, I have no idea. So then he comes over, he goes, this is like 20 minutes later, he goes, I just wanted to sing a song for a certain somebody. Juliet. Is Juliet around?
Oh,
and
my gosh.
he comes right up to Juliet, and Michelle looks at me like, oh, my God, what did you do? So he comes over, starts to sing, and, he's singing to Juliet, and then he asked me to do some Morgan Freeman. He's like, and that's when they realized this was pretty good, and I just hadn't met you yet. And, something like that. I worked it in. And, it was unbelievable. And Juliet is very spoiled that way. So
I think it's time for the Frank Caliendo table tennis challenge.
Table tennis, I like. I like table tennis. Let's do that.
Okay, all right. Lie down. We're gonna give you this shot right in the butt. Okay. Well, you can find Frank once again. You can see lots of great videos on Frank's website, Frank Caliendo, and look for him in the UP. Coming up just around the corner. Thanks, Frank. We'll look forward to seeing you in person soon.
Rack me. I am out.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim Rome.